This is the most blue-collar podcast on the network, DNVR Nuggets, and I mean, here we are just fitting right in, so it's hard to disagree. The idea that this is much harder for Adam than it is for me. Because of gravity.
Low center of gravity, yeah, we're doing it.
Look at these giants. Center of gravity, wait.
Alright, you're going by Chuck.
I can go by Chuck. I was Gus for 24 hours. Gus?
That actually be kind of funny. They called us all just by our middle names for like half a show.
Start it up, boys. Let's get this thing going. Big game tonight. So big we had to climb on a roof. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the pregame show.
Let's go.
Presented by Bet365. Never ordinary. Definitely not tonight. The Timberwolves are not ordinary tonight. We'll get to that in a moment. But good news is it's Miller time. There's a sign as I drive down I-25 that says Murray time is Miller time.
Yeah, it's one of our presenting sponsors tonight.
One of our presenting sponsors, so Murray time is Miller time.
I appreciate those because it's nice for me to know. I didn't know it was ever not Miller time. I didn't know there was a distinction, so it's good to know.
That video was us today, man. Our homies at Red Hawk Roofing, they're such homies. They invited us to come work a roof today, to come put a roof on.
They needed some help. We were happy to be there in assistance.
Dead ass serious. They had us today go, Dev. It's just a ladder to get on this roof. The shaky ass ladder. Like,
hey man,
they're like, yeah, just going up there. It was like pretty scary.
We all looked at each other.
I'm so glad that you guys made it back. I'm glad.
Me too, man.
the ladder that we had to go up to get to the roof, like, not a lot of podcasts out there would have climbed that ladder.
They usually don't touch grass.
That's right.
That's not a lot of podcasts go outside. We went up on a roof.
The homies at Red Hawk Roofing are cool as hell, though, and they were just like, you guys should come hang out with us at work today. I was like, all right, we'll go do it. It was fun.
Down,
it was a really good time.
I'm down to roll some glue on a roof.
we did a little of that. Guys, Nuggets Wolves today. A little wind out of the sail, although maybe not. I don't know, man. These two teams are fired up for this game. It means a lot to both. Even though the Wolves are shorthanded, we're going to break it all down. We're also going to check in on some X's. There's a couple on this team, so we might as well check in some X's. And then the story you all want. The pool play is out for the Olympics, and guess what? USA and Serbia in the same pool. We'll quickly hit on that. We'll probably talk a lot about it tomorrow, but we'll quickly hit on it. And, of course, we're going to follow Dev's advice and bet on this game. I got Brit and Vote in the house.
I wore my blue-collar fit today. I don't know what Dev's talking about. I was ready to go roofing. And
is that where you wear to roof?
Yeah, you look like a roofer.
Dude, this is like on
roofing, like cutting wood.
Do you remember Zoolander when he's going into the mines?
Exactly.
All the same category.
As a
Pop, I think I got the black lung.
Vote, you said, who was the toughest guy I know? And then you looked over and it was like paper towels. You said the brawny man.
Brawny man. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Listen, I want to apologize for fitting in with the salt of the earth folk up on the roof.
Yeah, you really did. Yeah. You really did today. Over here, Harrison Wood.
Yeah. No joke about the ladder, though. That thing...
It's very terrifying. We're a bunch of wussies.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel like I could work a roof right now. I feel like I learned enough to where I could put in a couple hours.
Probably won't. And then over there, Superstar Dev.
I'm excited for the week at the bar. This is going to be a good week. We have a great game tonight.
That's
All
right.
of the Colorado teams are playing, it seems like,
Yeah.
for the week. Then we have a good game tomorrow.
Yeah.
Then it's March Madness, and March Madness is incredible at the bar. It's wild all day. I bring my sleeping bag, and I'm here.
He really
and
does.
I'm ready for it all.
Dude, for real, if you are looking for a place to play hooky from work and come watch basketball all day long, the DNVR bar is your spot. We're going to be live. You'll be seeing us do some live stuff down from the bar from 10 a.m., following the games, making some bets, so you're not going to want to miss it. But let's stay present, fellas. Let's not live in the future. Let's stay present. Denver Nuggets in Minnesota for the first of 3 matchups in the next couple of weeks. That really, these matchups will determine who gets a top 2 seed. One of these teams will fall. What do you have for us game notes-wise, Wind?
Yeah, they'll determine that because the Nuggets and Timberwolves come into this game tonight with the same exact record. They're both 47 and 21. 3 matchups left over the remaining games of this season. They've only played once so far this year. That was in the 5th game of the season.
It doesn't even count.
If you remember, it was a Minnesota win. So they're up 1-0 in the season series, but they have a lot of injuries, Minnesota does, coming into tonight. Karl Anthony Towns already been out of the lineup. He's out, surgery on his knee. Anthony Edwards, I actually haven't even seen if he's playing tonight. I think he might be.
See if I can get that confirmed for you.
You know what? Can I tell you, if he plays tonight, that's impressive. Everybody else out, and
Yeah.
you go out there, man, I would respect the hell out of it.
Rudy Gobert is out, and so is Naz Reid. So we think of Minnesota as this massive
They got 3 bigs.
this team with all these centers. They don't have any of them tonight.
Edwards is playing tonight. So
I'm
it's
impressed.
Mike Conley, is starting. Edwards, McDaniels, and Anderson.
So Anderson's the center?
Anderson.
Bro, Anderson is starting at center?
Bro, no respect for Luka Garza.
They're really starting. That game is now awesome. Man,
That's
these are the kind of
wild.
games, though, where Yoke's like, oh, I don't know. There's something at stake, though. There's something at stake.
Also, it should only take about 7 minutes of hard work tonight if you don't want to wait till the end. You know what I mean? Like, just
You're right.
really go apply the pressure. Come
That's
on.
a wild starting lineup. I guess the Nuggets' rebounding issues probably won't come up again tonight.
I don't know. There's 2 ways you get rebounds. One with bigs and another way with spreading them out, playing 5 out. This is 5 out. You're going to have to box. You're going to have to do some work. But more importantly, I'm interrupting game notes. Yoke's got to be aggressive tonight. You cannot play this as we'll fill out the game and see how it goes. They are putting a guy that is my size, literally my size, on Jokic.
You've stared him in the eyes?
I've looked him right in the eye, man,
Wow.
Kyle Anderson. My size. Yoke's got to be like, no, we're not doing this tonight.
This is trifling. Like I don't understand how they're putting this together. This is why even play Edwards if you're going to put together this type of lineup. Like you're not really playing for much. There's no way you can win with that type of lineup. And Denver has to take it as disrespect. They have to take that type of matchup personal. And again, you said it. There's something to play for in this game. So you can't go out and just lollygag. You have to actually play extremely hard. So I expect that.
Yeah. Well, Minnesota's just got nothing to lose tonight without all these big men. So
Nope, nothing to
This
lose.
is already penciled in as a loss for them. They're also on a back-to-back. They played last night in Utah, where they won, but
They're on a
Utah
back-to-back, yep.
Back to Minnesota back-to-back is tough. So they're playing with house money, so I bet Chris Finch is like, let's see what happens. Let's run a little Rui adjustment on them and see what happens.
Is there intel that Minnesota can gain tonight? Albeit not a roster they'll go to a lot, but maybe it's something they'll learn.
Maybe. I think it's a little. I kind of think it's tough. You know, when it just at a certain point, it's just so different from the rotations that would be playing against each other. So you're so far away from really stumbling into strategies, I think. And I was really curious to see how Aaron Gordon and the Nuggets would handle the Wolves' defense's strategy that they typically used against him. But that all seems moot now, which is often the biggest, maybe like stylistically, the first thing you look at as the way these two teams clash. You're not going to get any data points tonight. So it's, the Wolves obviously come out firing, but it's not quite the same thing.
I think the only thing you can look for if you're the Wolves is in this type of matchup, does Nickiel Alexander-Walker defend Jamal Murray strong again? Especially with them being on an island. This is kind of their defensive lineup that they're going to have out here, minus the Rudy Gobert. So you're like, hey, we're going to try to take this matchup seriously as far as the defensive end against their guards. Are we going to get dominated inside? Yes, but we understand that. So I do think that they try to take that challenge and just see what they have there.
This throws a curveball if you're Denver, because now it's like, I have no idea what this team is. We didn't prepare for Kyle Anderson, the center. So there's a little bit of a weird factor to it. But I love your point, because to me, McDaniels and Nickiel Alexander-Walker are incredible defenders. Not just good, incredible. But it's hard to judge a guy's defense when they have a Gobert behind them. Like, you get to press up. There's no rim protection tonight. Murray is going to be guarded, I'm guessing, by Nickiel Alexander-Walker. Jaden McDaniels is going to be guarding Aaron Gordon, trying to play the rim protector role now.
Yeah.
I want to see, does Murray just beat him to the rim? Does he just, like, cook Nickiel Alexander-Walker? Or do they find something there and they're like, no, you know what? We don't need McDaniels on Murray. We need Nickiel on Murray. Now we can use McDaniels on another player, which would really hurt Denver. So I think Murray has to kind of send a message tonight that is not an option.
I 100% agree. Like, Jamal Murray is who I've got my attention focused on the most tonight. And if you remember back to the playoffs, Jamal Murray was cooking Minnesota. They put Nickiel Alexander-Walker on him.
I remember that.
Held him in check for a couple games.
Yep.
Murray got pissed about it.
Yep.
And then I think put a 40 spot on Nickiel Alexander-Walker in either game 4 or game 5 of the first round. So if he cooks him again tonight, like, I kind of feel like the Nuggets need Jamal Murray to have a good game.
I think this is a big Murray night. And look, it's a big Jokic night as well. But I think that I'm more interested in seeing how Murray handles tonight than I am anything else.
Yeah, that was game 5. He had 35 on Alexander Walker.
There you go. That's a good note. Any other notes for game notes?
For the Nuggets, regular starters, but there is one injury. Zeke Naji
Oh, no.
out.
Wait, what time is
Low
it?
back pain.
Is it the home stretch of the season?
Is this the classic injury that ends Zeke Naji's season like it has the last couple of years? I hope not, but the timing is suspicious.
What's the
I really hope it doesn't.
fewest amount of games he could miss before Malone's like, it's too late in the year. Miss some time. He's out.
Why does this always happen?
He better force himself back.
I know.
Because,
He's playing against time here.
He's read this book. He's seen this movie before. You do not want to do the exact same script that has been happening, and it seems to be aligning with that, where he plays well. Like, this is really it. He's not playing well, then he plays well. He finally finds a stretch where he's getting minutes and looking like he's part of something, and then he gets hurt and he's out of the rotation, and then it's too late because the playoffs are there.
Yeah.
So he might want to force himself back. I don't care what he's going through. Just force yourself back and just try to play through it.
Zeke coming off a defensive player of the game chain, too. My guy, Zeke Naji.
All right. Well, hopefully he heals up. Knicks at home after this. We'll see. Who's going to eat tonight, Dev? It's that time. Circle K presents this segment. Who's going to eat tonight? There's an obvious. Who's going to take it? This is a fun one. This is like when there's one last nacho in the nacho plate and you're sharing it. Who's going to take this last one? Who's going to eat tonight?
I think Jamal.
Okay.
Jamal.
All right.
It's the stretch of games of just like not having it. And then also he finally was asked about it and responded. And that's a motivation for him. He really takes things personal. And also, people tried to say Nickiel Alexander-Walker is a Jamal stopper.
Well,
Who would have said that?
Yeah, who would have said that?
I don't know.
Brandon?
But I do think
that guy.
I do think that he's gonna be pissed about that, and he's gonna like put that into the front of his mind. So I think Jamal has a big game.
I'll take Aaron Gordon to eat tonight.
Ooh, the nachos just sitting there.
When the Nuggets have a size advantage, they love to exploit it. They love to pound the paint. They love to get on the offensive glass. I think that's got to be Denver's game plan against this smaller Minnesota lineup tonight. And Aaron Gordon, man, they're going to have to double Nikola Jokic. Like, play him one-on-one. Making Nikola Jokic a scorer tonight would actually mean making him score 100 points in a game. So they're going to have to double him. Aaron Gordon's going to be open in the dunker spot, I think, all night. Maybe a finale-oop ends this evening.
Woo.
I mean, it's hanging right there for its low fruit. I'll take Christian Brown. I think he's just kidding. I'm going with Jokic.
Oh, come on.
I'm going
I thought
with
you guys were all
Jokic.
picking me up today.
Especially because here's my caveat in the rules of eating. Assists, they count.
Yeah.
He's going to stack them up.
Oh, you think it's an assist night?
Oh, I think Wynn will probably be right about the double team thing. Unless they try to 4D chess the psychology.
Yeah.
And they go, did you see that last Jokic game? See, maybe if we single cover him, he just won't shoot it. And but no, I think they're going to actually double him. And I just don't think it really matters what they do. I think whether it's by passing or by scoring, if Jokic decides to, he is going to destroy this team. So here's hoping that's what he decides.
You guys took some really good ones. I like all of them. I will go with Christian Brown.
Nice.
Hey, here's why. It's actually because it's the one that left. I am curious who guards Anthony Edwards. Every time there's these series, I always wonder, like, obviously KCP is going to do a lot of work on a lot of top players, even the guys that are bigger. Aaron Gordon maybe guards him a little bit, and that's interesting.
Yeah.
But when you go to P. Watt and Christian, the bigger-bodied, stronger guys, I just feel like might be Christian assignments. I'm curious to see who gets it. It might be P. Watt. I want to see those two guys. I want to see both of them take their turns guarding him, and I just want to grade them and see how they do. That's the most interesting thing on the defensive side for me. Most interesting thing on offense is Murray and how he handles their defenders. So Christian Brown, he'll be my guy. I don't think he puts up big numbers, though. I just think he, guards well, or doesn't.
That'd be enough because with no Towns, Anthony Edwards has upped his scoring. I think he's averaging 30-something since Towns went out with an injury 7 games ago. And Minnesota's already a bad offense. They have nobody to score if it's not Edwards.
And he seems to have more clarity. I think the phrase that what's their coach? Coach Finch said about him was that
Chris Finch.
There's no hesitation. That
right.
Because the hesitation comes from I got to let other people eat. It's like, nope, I know exactly what I have to do.
Yep.
I'm just going out to score every time.
Yeah. While we're on Anthony Edwards, just a quick note. I went on Twitter, scrolled I scrolled maybe 3 times. I saw about 20 reactions to the dunk. That was
a good
wild.
dunk.
That was
it was a big
wild.
dunk.
It was one of the craziest dunks I've ever seen in my
It was
life.
so crazy.
Yeah.
Like, for him to even try that and to do him like that was insane. And then after he went on a parade of just trash talking.
I know.
that was awesome.
Yeah.
It really is hilarious because he's just himself, and sometimes he's cringe, but it's awesome because he's so authentic that you're just like, all right.
He is
This
great.
dude's looking at his own highlights. That should be weird, but it's not. It's
But he's
awesome.
hyped.
Yeah,
He's
it's
hyped.
actually awesome. Let's move on now. Let's check in on some X's. You guys know we got a couple X's over there. We got Tim Conley. You got Chris Finch. You've also got Monte Morris over there. But I thought we'd use this chance just to say, Hartenstein is doing some workout for the Knicks. Have you guys seen this guy?
He's balling.
Have you guys seen this guy? Of all the X's, man, I watch Hartenstein. The numbers don't even do it justice. He does a good job, but I watch him play and I go, this guy's awesome, man. I love this dude's game. He's the X that that's the one
We
you're
know.
scrolling
We know.
Instagram.
We know.
Every now and then
we're in a Slack chat without him. We know which X he pines for, and it's Isaiah Hartenstein.
The guy's good, man. The Knicks
So,
are good.
I once, someone once told me I was telling revisionist history when I said this, but I thought Hartenstein did not get enough opportunity in Denver, and
He didn't.
it was one of the best example of Malone's kind of. He had a bizarre stretch there where he was a bit allergic to trusting whoever was in that role.
You don't think that's still the case?
Some would argue that's still an allergy he's dealing with.
That's a good point. Yeah, you guys are right. I don't know why I past tense that. But yeah, he was definitely one of them. I mean, Hartenstein was flawed. He did foul a lot, so it was hard to keep him on the floor in limited minutes. But he was a guy that could pass a little bit, had a little skill, and they just never got it working with him here.
Do you have an X you're checking in on, though? Is it Hartenstein, you too?
Honestly, man, Tim Connolly, who has built maybe the second best team in the West here.
Talking to Aaron Gordon on the broadcast, just yucking it up.
Just yucking it up. And it's crazy, man. I know some fans turned on him when he left, and it was quickly went to the worst GM in the league, according to some. But all of a sudden, Minnesota's looking... Now, I don't think they're going to win the title, but how many seasons have held more promise to this point in the season for the Wolves than this? Historically, very few. So Tim's rebounding.
There's another X we need to check in on. Monte Morris, who's on the Timberwolves, who's playing tonight.
I mentioned him at the top.
Oh, okay. Well, he had been injured for most of the season, came back for the Pistons, then got dealt to Minnesota, played in a couple games, got hurt again, but now has been back these last 2 games. He's slotting in as their backup point guard right now.
He'll play a lot. He'll play a lot
15 minutes
tonight.
about, probably.
They actually need his scoring. I could see him.
Oh, yeah.
They kind of need his shooting tonight. Dev, is there an X you check in on every now and then?
I mean, this Hartenstein one is the one.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, how well he's playing. Like, I've been in a relationship, you know? And this is the one that got away. This is the one that you, like...
This is the one.
You sit on the bed and you look at portraits of, like, what you guys used to be.
You look at portraits, okay.
He's playing extremely well right now. And it's wild to see the fan base embrace him. They love him over
Bro,
there.
the Knicks love him.
They
Black
know what they
Jokic,
have.
people are calling him.
They are calling him. That's a hilarious
They call him
nickname.
the Black Yoke, and that's the greatest nickname. It should have been my nickname. I'm so pissed off about this one. This is not right. But yeah, I mean, he's playing extremely well. Monte is one that I miss.
We just liked him.
Yeah,
man.
we just really liked him. But like when
You always got
off
to check up on Mr. Nugget.
who's playing well, it's Hartenstein.
The other top story that came out tonight, pool play has been announced for the Olympics. And what do you know, guys? What do you know? Nickiel, do you have the graphic? The USA and Serbia are in the same pool. I actually hate
almost like
Pull
the
it up there,
script
Kel.
writers are at it again.
Yeah.
this. So you see it's going to be Serbia, South Sudan.
Tough out.
The U.S.
People are saying
that's
a tough out.
Tough one, South Sudan. USA, and then a qualifier from a tournament taking place in Puerto Rico, which features Lithuania, Puerto Rico, and Italy. Italy, by the way, is the Serbia killer. What are your first thoughts about this? We're going to talk about it more tomorrow, I'm sure. But just a quick reaction to finding out that USA and Serbia will play each other, and they kind of both need to come out of pool play.
Well, it's just another example of this show having far bigger reach than we ever accounted for. I think it's clearly us. I think we started this narrative early, that this Olympics had juice, that Serbia USA has juice, and I just want to thank the Olympic Committee for tuning in first and foremost, and then getting it right.
Yeah. This is drama, man.
I cannot wait for USA Serbia in the group stage and then hopefully in the gold medal game.
You can't show your hand, though, if you're Serbia. I almost feel like there's no way they win the pool play game.
Yeah, I play a little coy.
You just can't.
Roll out a Yaramaz.
20 minutes for Yoke.
Yeah.
Maybe play Yoke at the 4.
Exactly.
Real throwback.
That's it, yep.
The thing is, I've been to Serbia. They're gonna want this one badly. This is gonna like take them back decades where they're still talking about that, especially with how this team is being assembled and like who's all gonna be there. I think that this is a game that it's not about showing their hand. They're gonna throw everything out there to try to get that win. And think of like whoever put this together, like they knew exactly what they were doing. They're gonna have every single person in Serbia, every single person in the USA rooting for this. It's going to be a nasty discourse. I'm going Serbia.
That's a great
I'm going
point.
Serbia.
If you think a lot of NBA Twitter does not like Nikola Jokic now, just wait until Serbia beats, the team of all NBA hoopers that the US brings to
Even
Paris.
just the week or 2 weeks leading into that, they're just going to especially if he's able to win again.
Yeah.
Everything, all odds are going to be against him.
He'll have
They're gonna be
Steve
just
Kerr making that
attacking him.
face.
It's going to be insane.
It's going to be great.
This is great.
I think it can be good. I hate that they play in the pool play just because I think this pool has a chance to be really dangerous, man. I mean, look, I don't see the U.S. losing 2 games, although it is possible. Serbia now, if you do lose to the U.S., that means you need to win the other one. South Sudan, okay. If you lose to that one, you deserve not to advance. Lithuania, man, is tough for pool play. Italy has knocked Serbia out the last couple tournaments.
Does Italy
man.
have their coach still?
You know what? Actually, I'm calling it right now. Italy with their coach. You're right. It has
That
to
guy.
be. It has to be Italy. What did it have to be for Denver to win the title?
You're right.
Had to be the Lakers.
You're right,
Yeah.
dude.
But Lithuania, there's a history with. They've kind of been rivals. I don't know, man. This is a tough one.
Jokic, can you defeat the dragon that is Simone Fontecchio?
Yeah.
The world is waiting
does
on
USA
you.
even make it out of pool play? That's what
Oh,
I'm
that would
wondering.
be the actual best. But here's the one thing I will say. I think the Serbia loses to the U.S. in pool play by a lot. And the reason I say that is it reminds me of when they played in, I think, 2017, when they played in pool play. They played it almost straight up, like we're not going to make any adjustments. We're just going to kind of go, and they get murdered.
Yep.
Because they knew they were going to see him in the tournament round. Completely different game.
I think
Completely
that's what
different
happens
strategy.
also.
And it was and I think when you play against the U.S., you don't want them you want them being cocky. You want them being relaxed, and you certainly don't want them, and we know KD will take the bait on this every time, you don't want them thinking this is a chess match. Yeah. KD doesn't think chess exists.
Yeah.
So you make him comfortable, all right, and then you get to the tournament, it's like, nope, we're different than what we showed you.
I think that's how it happens too. Man, I can't wait.
It's going to be intense, man. It's going to be really, really,
I'm almost
really
more excited
intense.
for that than the first round of the playoffs.
I'm telling you, man.
To be honest.
All right, everybody open up the Bet365 Never Ordinary Sportsbook app. Turn your full attention to Superstar Dev.
This one is a fun one because this is an easy, like, for starters. Denver comes in this game as 7.5-point favorites.
Sounds right.
They're going against no center. I don't know if it sounds right. And they're on the second night of a back-to-back.
7.5 is actually kind of low.
We're going to take that 7.5. We have to take the 7.5. I think that they're really going to handle business. So I really like that 7.5. We're going to go under 214. I just don't see how much scoring could be done on their side. Like, they have Anthony Edwards, yes, but then what else? Like, I really don't love that. I don't know how they're going to be able to score. For Minnesota, we're going to
Monte Morris, maybe.
We're going to take Anthony Edwards because why not? He's going to be the only one that's taken any shots whatsoever. It makes sense for us to go that side. His line is at 28.5. He's going to shoot the ball about 28.5 times. So I'm going to take the over there.
Okay.
Mike Conley. Let's go with Mike Conley.
Really?
Let's go with over 3 pointers. No, let's go over assist.
All right.
We'll go over assist on Mike Conley.
Oh, I can't wait to make that bet.
All right, on Denver's side of things, let's start with Michael Porter Jr. 3-pointers.
Man.
We got to get it.
Every time?
We got to get it every time. It's going to be either him or Jamal. And also, we know Michael Porter Jr. is going to take the 3, so why not go through with that? So I really like that one. I also like Jamal Murray to score. Let's take his points. His points is only at 20.5. With them not having a lot of size, I think there's going to be a lot of cutters. There's going to be a lot of him trying to ISO and then setting screens. If you get him at his screen, you're going to have Kyle Anderson on him. You're going to have somebody like very small on him. I think he's going to try to score. I really like that one. I also like Aaron Gordon, points, rebounds, and assists. I think this is a game that he's going to score. I think he's going to get involved pretty early and often. 22.5 is that. I think he's going to hit it. I really like him in this one. I do like KCP to get 2 steals.
Nice.
I don't know. I go for it every time. Really, the bet is usually Jokic with blocks plus steals, just because you have that like insurance.
Yeah.
But I just like when he baits and gets guys out on that. I like Jokic.
He's a
rebounds.
master at that.
Why would he not get rebounds? They don't have a center. 12.5. I know it's going to be a low-scoring game, but he's going to grab every single rebound.
I'm surprised how low that is. Huh?
It's super low. For the lock, Harrison already talked about it. It's a very easy lock. One that has not hit in a while, it feels like. Nickiel Jokic over 8.5 assists. They're going to double-team him. They have to double-team him. If they don't, he's going to go for 50. Do you think Jokic wants to go for 50? No, he doesn't want to go for 50. I think he's going to have a big assist night. 8.5 assists is just way too low for him. I think he gets it.
I took triple-double. I didn't do 8.5 assists. I just took triple-double. I feel like that one hits. I think Jokic dominates tonight. This game matters, man. It matters a lot to Denver. It matters a lot to both teams, but unfortunately, Minnesota, there's nothing they could do. I think they're going to play hard, but when Jokic's focused and you throw out Kyle Anderson, he goes off. I think he goes off tonight. I'm ready for Jokic to eat. I'm ready to watch the Nugs and the Timberwolves. Wind is going to be doing a watch-along for the Rams game. CSU is in the tournament right now.
Tear 'em asunder.
There's a curveball for you.
There's a curveball for you because, I mean, we're doing watch-alongs for all these NCAA games. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're starting it here because we got our Rams watching our playing tonight.
Proud to be.
Proud to be. We got to root them on. But we will be back in the post-game show. Hit that like button on the way out. See you on the other side.